Hey guys, it's Julie Spencer again, authorjuliespencer.com if you want to reach me. Today's video, we are going to talk about how far is too far in clean romance. Okay, we talked a lot in previous videos about what is clean romance, and a lot of the information that I'm taking was from a book I wrote called Writing Romance is Not About Sex, or Is It? How Far is Too Far in Clean Romance? So it's taken right out of that book. I'm going to assume that if you're watching this video, that you are interested in clean romance rather than the spicier stuff. If you are switching over from spicy to clean, this is a great video for you because I've heard it in writers' forums over and over. How far is too far? How much is too much? How many kisses can we get away with? How much sex can you get away with and still count it clean? So I say that depends. So where do you cross the line? There is not always a clear agreement of what crosses the line from like semi-sweet to steamy. I recently interviewed an author who I'd say she's a friend of mine. I'm not going to name any names. She shared with me information, an excerpt from one of her books that she told me was clean because I was interviewing her specifically about including her her information for her clean romance book in my book when I was writing this. Writing romance is not about sex, or is it? I disagreed with her 100% about whether this particular scene would be able to fit into a clean romance. Okay, there were no clothes removed. There were no specific body parts mentioned, and the author never described the guy carrying her into the bedroom, anything like that. But it was the combination of words that were used to describe the makeout scene. The girl wraps her legs around the guy's waist. He pushes her onto the kitchen counter. She grabs a fistful of his hair, pulls him into her with urgency, and if those words alone were on their own, that would still be bad. But those few sentences were also wrapped in with a lot of description about like him tasting her and moaning and gasping and you know, I'm assuming that if the female character pulls the guy's crotch into her area, to me that's like sex without clothes, or sex with clothes on it. You know, at the end of the scene, the character basically says he lost his willpower to stop. Implication they had sex. So it was closed door, but it was, as far as I was concerned, on the page, and they had clothes on. So as far as I'm concerned, that's too far. I'm not going to reveal the author's name because she considers her books clean, and she said that her readers consider it clean. So I don't want to taint anybody's opinion about it by telling you that I don't consider it clean. But again, some of this is opinions, and I've talked in previous videos about how things that are acceptable 10 years ago, not necessarily now, and not necessarily 10 years from now. So a lot of this is subjective. I don't want to discourage anybody from including things like that if that's what they feel is in their clean romance, but I'm going to tell you that I don't particularly agree with that. So I've mentioned also that it's the attitude of the protagonists that are kind of the main thing. If you have and I stole this from I think I stole this from Victorine. I don't know where she had this said or written, but basically if you have, there's the difference between like a marriage of convenience and, you know, the old fashioned where they got married because the farmer lost his wife and has all these kids he need to take care of, and it's a, you know, an arranged marriage type of thing, and they fell in love and he carries her up the stairs to their bedroom, still closed door. There's a difference between that and a couple meeting at a bar downstairs at their hotel and getting into an elevator and going upstairs to one of the others of their hotel rooms. One is a very casual sex, and one is the falling in love. They're both closed doors. They both end before the reader sees anything, but it's the attitude of the protagonist that is making the difference there. And I think that with a lot of clean romance and spicy romance, that's the breaking point. It's the attitude. If the characters are treating it casually, one night stand, sex just as a means of gratification, then that's not in the clean romance category. So that's my opinion about that, and hopefully I didn't offend anybody about that. But again, the point of this particular video is to show you how far is too far. So in the next video, we're going to go into a little bit more about Christian religious romance. So I know that's kind of like a completely shift from what we've been talking about. So I love Christian religious romance. That's one of my favorite genres to read and write. So I hope that you'll enjoy the video that I make on that. And I will see you later. Oh, I also mentioned that if you want to get in touch with me, you can reach me at my email address is julie@spencerpublishingllc.com, or you can find me at authorjuliespencer.com. All right, see you in the next video.